Have you ever had that feeling? You're in a brand new place, maybe talking to someone for the very first time, and then this incredibly strange wave of familiarity just washes over you. The feeling that this exact moment has somehow happened before. It's bizarre. It's a brief sensation that honestly feels like a glitch in the fabric of your reality. Well, today we're going to pull back that curtain. We're going to investigate the fascinating mystery of déjà vu.
And this quote, it just captures that eerie moment perfectly. One minute you're just, setting the table for some fried chicken, and the next, something in your brain just clicks. Every little detail, the box, the chair, the mess of takeout containers, it feels like you're watching a perfect reenactment of a memory. But here's the thing, it's a memory you couldn't possibly have. And that conflict, that internal paradox, well, that's the very heart of the déjà vu experience.
So let's get a formal definition down, just so we're all on the same page. Déjà vu isn't just a vague feeling of, oh, that seems familiar, like seeing someone who kind of looks like a friend. No, it's a direct and powerful conflict between two things happening in your mind at once. An intense, gut-level feeling that you have absolutely been here before, and the rational, conscious knowledge that you haven't. It's that clash that makes it so unforgettable and, let's be honest, so weird. All right, to really understand this glitch, we need to go right to the source. And that means diving into the most complex machine we know of, the human brain. We're going to pop the hood on our internal memory engine and see exactly which parts are responsible for creating this strange and powerful illusion. So our investigation leads us right here, to the temporal lobes. You've got one on each side of your head, kind of right behind your temples. Neuroscientists have pretty much pinpointed this area as the epicenter for all the processes involved in déjà vu. You can think of it as a critical hub for making, storing, and retrieving the exact kinds of memories that déjà vu loves to play tricks on. Now, what's really fascinating here is the breakdown of the temporal lobe's job. See, it's in charge of encoding what we call episodic memories. Those are the stories of our lives, right? The memory of a specific conversation or a vacation. But it also handles semantic memories, which are just raw facts, like knowing that a fork is a fork. Déjà vu seems to happen when the line between these two gets blurry, making a new episode feel like an old fact. And getting that distinction is absolutely crucial to seeing how the whole system can, misfire every once in a while. Okay, so we know where this feeling comes from, but why does it happen? The truth is, scientists don't have one single definitive answer, but what they do have is a lineup of some really compelling theories that try to explain this little neurological hiccup. So let's take a look at the top suspects.
Our first theory sounds a bit complicated, the Gestalt familiarity hypothesis, but the idea behind it is actually pretty simple. Gestalt is just a fancy word for our brain's knack for seeing a whole pattern or shape instead of just its individual parts. This theory suggests that déjà vu gets triggered not by a specific object you see, but by the overall spatial layout of a scene.
And this breaks it down beautifully. So imagine your brain recognizes the layout of a room, the way the furniture is arranged, where the window is. It triggers a really strong feeling of familiarity. But here's the catch. You can't consciously remember the original place. Maybe it was a room in a friend's house from when you were a kid. So your brain is left with this powerful feeling of, I've been here before, but with no actual memory to back it up. That's déjà vu.
All right, our next theory shifts gears a bit. It's less about spatial memory and more about the brain's processing speed. It suggests that déjà vu is just a tiny split-second timing error in the brain. See, normally, when you experience something, the information flows in and gets logged into memory in a perfectly synchronized way. This theory says that for a fraction of a second, that timing gets messed up, creating a momentary processing glitch. I love this analogy. It explains it so well. Imagine your brain is trying to record a new experience, but at the exact same moment, some little glitch causes it to play back that experience as if it's an old memory. This simultaneous recording and playback makes a brand new moment feel like it's being pulled from your past, and there it is, that classic uncanny sensation.
So we have these two major ideas, either a layout match from a forgotten memory or a tiny timing glitch. And both describe a brief, harmless quirk of a totally healthy brain. For the vast majority of us, that's exactly what déjà vu is. But what happens when the glitch isn't so brief or not so harmless? And that question right there takes us from a common curiosity into the world of clinical neuroscience. As researchers started digging deeper into this whole thing, they stumbled upon a really crucial link. It turns out that in some rare cases, déjà vu isn't just a fleeting feeling. It's actually a clue.
a kind of signpost pointing to a more significant, underlying neurological condition.
Now, let me be really clear about this, because this part is important. For almost everyone, occasional déjà vu is perfectly normal. But for a small number of people who experience it very frequently or for long periods of time or with other weird sensations, it can actually be a symptom of temporal lobe epilepsy. In that context, the déjà vu experience is what doctors call an aura, and it's caused by abnormal electrical activity in the very same brain region we've been talking about.
But let's bring our investigation back to the typical experience. Because for the 80% of us who feel this from time to time, the latest science offers a totally fascinating new verdict. What if déjà vu isn't a glitch or a system failure at all? What if it's actually the sign of a system working exactly the way it's supposed to?
This is the most up-to-date, and I think, the most compelling explanation out there. This theory suggests that what you're feeling during déjà vu is the result of your brain's fact-checking circuits doing their job perfectly. So get this. It's not a memory error. It's the detection of a memory error. That strange feeling is you becoming aware of your brain's own quality control process happening in real time.
Let's just break this down real quick. So first, one part of your brain messes up and sends out a false familiarity signal. But then, another part of your brain, a higher level, smarter part, steps in and says, "Whoa, hold on a second, that can't be right. We have no actual memory of this." That weird, eerie sensation that we call déjà vu, that is the conscious experience of that internal debate. It's a sign that your mind is healthy, alert, and really good at separating fact from a false feeling.
So the next time you experience that glitch in your reality, you can think about it totally differently. It's not a sign that your system is flawed. Instead, it's a brief, fascinating glimpse into your brain's amazing, self-correcting memory network. And it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If this is what happens when our brain just catches a tiny mistake, what other incredible processes are running silently in the background, shaping our reality every single second of the day?